I'm John Hinkle, the senior pastor of First Presbyterian Church. So the old story goes like this. There was a farmer who lived by a great river. The winter snows started melting in the spring, and the river started rising so much so the water went over the banks. Eventually got to the farmer's house. And soon his land was surrounded by water, and there was a guy in a canoe, and the farmer was on the front porch of his house, and the man in the canoe says, come in my canoe, and I'll get you out of here and get you to dry ground. And the man said, no, but God's going to save me. Well, several hours later, the river kept rising, and then it went into the man's house, all the way into the first floor. So the man went up to the second floor of the house and was kind of sitting on the roof of the porch. And another boat came by, and the people called out, jump in our boat and we'll take you to dry land. And the man said, no, don't worry about me. God's going to save me. And the river kept rising. Finally, the man was on the top of the roof of his house. And a National Guard helicopter came flying by, and they said, hey, we're going to pass you down a rope, grab it, we'll take you to dry land. And the man looked up and he said, no, God's going to save me. Eventually the man ends up at the pearly gates, and he stands before God and said, God, what gives? I told everybody you were going to save me. And God said to the man, what gives? I sent you the guy in the canoe, I sent you the people in the boat, and I sent you the helicopter. That's an old way of looking at this notion. Every day He's given us clues in how we are called to live our lives. As a matter of fact, that is what we're going to talk about Sunday in our sermon as we continue to look at the board games of our lives. It's the game Clue. I used to love playing Clue as a kid, where you had to figure out who murdered the person in the game, what room it took place in, what weapon was used. I loved it so much. Well, in so many ways, I think God is constantly giving us clues and how we are to live our lives, how we are to live in the presence of others. As a matter of fact, we're going to look at Matthew 13. It's called the chapter of the parables, because it's just kind of one big parable. It's a parable right after the other. But in that chapter, and specifically in the verses we're going to look at, Matthew gives us clues, not only in what it means to find God, but once we find God in God's kingdom, what are we called to do? So today, I hope you have a great Saturday, that you take time and you look around and you look for the clues that God is giving you, knowing and hopefully holding on to the fact that no matter where you're searching for God, God has already found you. I hope you have a great day. And if you get a chance, come down to the corner of College and Spring here in Murfreesboro and come worship with us. But if not in person, watch us online on Facebook or go to our website and watch our YouTube channel. Have a great day.